Welcome to Moms of the Lou podcast, hosted by and recorded for St. Louis moms. Grab your laundry basket, kick your feet up for nap time, or head out the door for pickup and spend a little time catching up with your favorite St. Louis moms. Hosted by a fellow St. Louis mom, Rebecca Coast, let's dive into our discussion today. All right, St. Louis moms, welcome back to Moms of the Lou. This is Rebecca Coast. I'm so excited to be back as your podcast host. Went away to have baby number 4. It's been crazy and wonderful, and I'm excited to be back on the podcast. So today is a very merry, special episode as we get into the holiday spirit, into the season, for a very special Moms of the Lou podcast holiday episode. And today we are joined by none other than Mrs. Claus herself, Diana Waldman. Welcome, Diana.
Hi, Rebecca. It is the honor of a lifetime to be asked to be on this episode. I can't think of a better compliment than to be thought of when you think of the holiday spirit.
Yes. And let's say when we were planning this, the first person that came to mind was you. I said, it's got to be Diana. She is the quintessential voice of holidays in St. Louis.
That just fills my heart.
Yes. So, before we get started, let's get to know you a little bit, Diana. So you've been with St. Louis Mom since the very beginning. So
I'm an OG. Yeah.
You're an OG,
yes.
Which has been so fun because we've known each other, obviously, a long time, but we've kind of raised our babies while doing St. Louis Mom, which has been so much fun. So.
It's been a wonderful part of my motherhood journey. So I've gone from one kid, I had a 1-year-old, and now I have 3 children who are 7, 5, and 3.
7, 5, and 3. And you are a St. Louis native.
I am a St. Louis native, yes.
Tell us about that.
So I grew up in Warson Woods, and I went to Burroughs, for those of you who like to play the high school game. And I went away for college and a little bit of my early professional career, and then I came back to St. Louis, and I'm married to a St. Louisan, so we are never leaving. We are here.
You're here for good. Here to stay.
Exactly.
Yes. So funny story about us is that I feel like our kids have kind of been on the same track, right? Like
they're almost exactly the same age, except I was not allowed to join you for number 4. I was told no.
So what has been your hardest transition? I was thinking about that on the way over here. I was like, I wonder what has been the hardest for her.
That's such a great question. I feel like 0 to 1 is just such a life changer.
Right.
That was really tough. And I think I hadn't met a lot of mom friends, and a lot of my friends hadn't had kids yet. So it was a lonely period of time.
Yeah.
So I think even though 2 to 3 was when things got really insane, I still think 0 to 1 was the hardest just because such a big life change.
Yeah.
And just I had not yet found my groove. Yeah, I didn't have, I said this to you before, but my biggest mom hack is to have mom friends. That's the number one thing. They give you not only advice, but just someone to talk to and laugh with. And once a few of my friends started having children a year or 2 younger than my oldest, then we could commiserate on some of those experiences, and you feel like a human. You feel normal.
Yeah.
Not like, it can feel like you are kind of an alien,
100%.
Especially all the stuff that you're going through, the fluids and all of that stuff. It just feels like you're like, ew, like, who am I? What am I? And then
for sure.
Yeah, and it can feel lonely.
100%.
Which I was not expecting. It's an alternate universe.
Alternate universe motherhood that it's just you can't.
It's so zany. And if you're on your own, it's like the dark side of the moon. But if you have friends, the sense of humor, you have to have it.
Right. Exactly. I think it's so funny when I heard a lot preparing for number 4. Oh, it's just like, what's another one?
Yeah.
And I actually really disagree with that.
Okay.
Because I don't think that it's been just like another one. It's felt like a pretty big leap. I think, and you probably agree with this, like going from 2 to 3, you just learn to let go of more. You learn not as much matters.
Right.
You learn to really lean into the things that do matter and that are important for your family. But I don't think ever adding a kid is just adding another one, like, oh, it's just another one in the mix,
Yeah, especially as your kids get older, then they have activities, and you're kind of in that season where you're running around with your hair on fire, taking people to practices, and then you're also nursing a newborn.
Right.
And you can't escape that.
Right, exactly. So anyway. Okay, date night in St. Louis. What's your favorite spot to go?
You know that we don't leave our house. This is a tough question.
or at home date preference.
I would say at home date preference would probably be ordering Thai food.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And opening a nice bottle of wine and getting comfortable on the couch with our dogs.
Love that.
Yeah.
What about night out with your girlfriends? Where do you like to go?
I like to go typically around Clayton. That's where I live.
Yeah.
So I like to stay close to home. Those, Wright's Tavern and that little strip of restaurants is walking distance to my house.
Yes.
So that's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What about, where do you like to go with your kids?
Oh, we go all over. We love, in the summertime, the botanical gardens is our favorite. We love that splash pad. I love that as a way for the kids to get their energy out. We love the zoo, but a lot of times, they're sitting in a wagon or a stroller.
Yeah.
They're not getting energy out. So
for sure.
We love to play at the botanical garden. We love the Magic House. We love Tillis Park. For some reason, has just like a big place in our hearts. We love it.
Yeah.
And then in the wintertime, we love Go Play.
In Chesterfield.
So we have only been there a couple of times because it is a little further afield, but they're so lovely there. And it's a great space.
Yeah. So do you like to go in there with them?
No,
like in these
I don't.
spaces? No. Okay.
Well, no. I Go Play. I don't.
Right.
I don't think I could fit.
Yeah.
But I do see some moms who are kind of champs and they're in the ball pit. But no, that's not me. But I do like in the botanical garden.
Yeah.
I'm not going on the splash pad, but
sure.
I do like to get up in the treehouse and that kind of stuff.
Yes. But you're not jumping in the ball pit.
No.
So who knows what's in that ball pit?
No,
anyway.
exactly.
Okay. Let's get down to the heart of the matter. The holidays in St. Louis. Arguably one of the best times of the year for so many reasons.
For so many reasons.
So you are a holiday lover. I think you're probably one of the people that comes to mind when I think of somebody who just loves the holiday season.
Yeah, I'm like Buddy the Elf.
You are. Is there anything in particular why you love the season so much?
I think that you kind of get to be a kid again. You kind of get to feel that magic and wonder and joy again. I have so many wonderful childhood memories of Christmas, and so it kind of takes me back and makes me feel connected to my family of origin and my inner child. And being a mom in the holiday season and getting to see all of this through your kids' eyes, I mean, there's no better gig. It's the best.
Yes. Okay, so what are, like, November 1st, what are you doing? Is there anything happening?
Oh, there's stuff we've done before. So, in fact, I just thought of this. I need to check when I got these tickets for, but we get Nutcracker tickets every year for me and my oldest. Soon, I think we will start to bring the younger kids in, but we ordered those, I think, in August.
You're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
Yeah. You're not going to miss that. Okay, so what about you personally? What is like a holiday tradition that it's like a non-negotiable every year?
Well, so far we've done the Nutcracker every year. We've done the zoo lights every year. We make these one particular type of cinnamon cookies. I've made them every year since I think I was 8 or 9 years old.
Aww.
And a lot of Christmas music. Normally, I actually am pretty strict and puritanical around no Christmas celebrations until the day after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I have thrown that out the window. I have lost my moral compass. We've been listening to Christmas music for weeks.
Yeah.
They started playing it on Sirius XM, and we're all in. And I kind of realized, the older that you get, time goes by so quickly.
Yes.
So this season, I mean, we're already almost halfway through November, almost to Thanksgiving. It flies by. So soak it up. I'm still not going to decorate until after Thanksgiving. And part of that reason is because I think my husband likes to throw my own rules in my face. When he catches me listening to Christmas music, he's like, oh. So I don't need to hear the sass.
It's not after Thanksgiving.
It's not after Thanksgiving. My maiden name is Sternberg, and he always says, when I do these kinds of things, he says, it's Sternberg rules. That we have these nonsense rules.
I love it. I have that too, though. I'm such a seasonal purist. Like, I'm like, okay, it's October. I'm not thinking about the holidays or Thanksgiving. I'm thinking about Halloween.
Right.
And then once Halloween's over, I'm thinking about Thanksgiving.
Right.
And for me, it's like, I don't really start to think about the holidays a ton until we get after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same. I think everything to their season, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of sneaking in.
Yes. Okay, so we talked about you do zoo lights.
Yes.
Okay, any hacks, any tips for navigating zoo
So
lights?
what we do is you can't control the weather. You have no idea. We've gone
Right.
on years where it's so cold and it's so miserable. So,
Mhm.
be prepared for that. Bring hand warmers and layers and all those kinds of things. Bring lots of food. That
Yeah.
is something that I think is always a win when your children are complaining about something, just making sure that they're fed at a bare minimum. So that's one of our best things about the wild lights. There's not much you can do other than make sure that your children are fed and you have enough clothing for them to be comfortable.
For sure. But there's so much. Yeah, I saw this year they've got some new lights displays, and they're doing like a new VR virtual reality thing this
we
year.
We never do that. We just do a loop.
A loop. Yeah.
And we do s'mores.
S'mores. Oh, we love the
s'mores are great.
The s'mores.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Any other lights displays that you like?
We like Winter Wonderland.
Yes. Tillis Park.
Yes. We just did for the first time last year. We finally made it over to the Botanical Garden Glow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It's stunning.
It really is stunning. I think as an adult, I would go without my children too. I think we even talked about that last year because they have little adult beverage stands.
Yes.
I was like, ooh, we need to think about that.
I think that may be one of the best, if not the best, displays in St. Louis.
It's really nice.
It's just stunning, like every turn.
And the other thing that they have there is when you first walk in, sort of attached to the visitor's entrance building, is a train room. So when we went last year, that for my son, that was huge.
Yes.
He just loved watching those little model trains go around. So that was a very good little boy mom spot.
Love that. I want to circle back to Winter Wonderland because I think that I don't live far from Tillis Park, and I think that there are some tips that would be helpful. So in years past, it's been such a headache to try to drive down McKnight, right? Because that traffic gets backed up.
So bad.
So just be mindful that during this end of November into January, McKnight can be a little bit of a cluster, if you will. But I feel like they've done a really good job of like diverting traffic over to the side of the road so cars can pass, right?
Yeah.
I do think that you have a shorter wait on a weeknight and the earlier you go.
Absolutely. That would be my advice. Weeknight and early.
Yes. And they do not take card, so make sure you have cash. That I've learned that the hard way. So you got to make sure you have cash for Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
What about, have you guys done Grant's Farm?
We have not done Grant's Farm.
Okay. I did Grant's Farm last year, and that was great.
I've heard it's fantastic.
Love that. Yep.
One thing I'll say, I saw this floating around on social media last year, and so I'm just going to share this for all the moms listening. There's so much to do.
Yes.
Childhood memories are cumulative.
Yes.
You do not need to feel the pressure to do everything every year.
No.
Make time for a few things, and then make time for rest as well. You'll get to it next year if you don't get to it this year.
Absolutely. Well, and that's like last year we did Grant's Farm. So this year we're going to do the Glow.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago we did Wild Lights at the zoo. So this year we're going to do, another Nutcracker performance or something. So yeah, I think that's so important. At St. Louis Mom, we're trying to give lots of ideas just to make it easy for your family to plan. But by no means are we saying,
do it all.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, another light display that is really pretty neat is the brewery lights. Have you been to that one?
No, I've never
really
been.
Nice.
Okay.
And I think that they do have ice skating, I believe.
Oh, nice. Okay.
If that's something that interests you. That does not interest me.
No, I don't know.
I will watch,
risky.
But I will not participate.
That's risky for me right now.
What
do you like about the brewery lights? What makes it kid friendly?
Well, what makes it kid friendly? I'm not sure. It's pretty to look at. And I think that they have yummy food. I feel like my kids are always happy when there's warm, yummy food. They have really good pretzels and stuff like that. But it's cute and it's smaller. I think you can, if you go to the zoo, for example, you're kind of in it. You can't get out of it.
Right.
To get back to the car, you're on the loop. Like last year when we went and it was about 10 degrees, my kids were saying they wanted to go home, and I said, that's where we're going. It's just going to take
a while.
It's going to take a while.
Yep.
With the brewery lights, you can get in and out more easily. I think it's nice to have an escape route.
Nice. So how do they structure the lights? I'm trying to envision the brewery, and
it's just, I don't know the brewery well enough not during the holiday season to be able to really speak to that, but it's just these kind of open courtyards that you can walk through.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll add that to our list this year. Have you ever done Santa's Magical Kingdom in Eureka?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
We did that. We've done that a couple years. I mean, I love a drive-through lights display.
Mhm.
You know, again, I believe that that is cash only, so go prepared. Um, it is a little bit more modern, I think, in terms of the lights displays. So, like the Way of Lights,
Mhm.
right? Which is a very more of a religious take on Christmas, with the nativity and all of that, and just pure white lights. Whereas this is very much like racing, colorful lights,
Okay.
dinosaur display. I mean,
Oh.
it's
That sounds pretty cool.
yeah. So just bear that in mind. But I liked that one a lot. I liked Santa's Magical Kingdom.
I think it's all fun.
Yeah, it's all fun. Mm-hmm. Have you guys done any pop-ups
Like a pop-up holiday shop? Is that
or
what you mean?
pop-up bar?
Pop-up bar? No, I have
No.
never done a pop-up bar.
Okay.
Now I'm learning all the things that I haven't done.
Well, but pop-up bar, it's like, unless you go and do a kid-friendly one,
Yeah.
which then you got to get a babysitter and
Right.
you got to make the plans. So, we've done we did Jingle, which was the Hall of Fame, Chess Hall of Fame last year, the kid-friendly one. They're not doing it this year, sadly, but that was a great one. And I know that the Piper Palm House, Frosted, I believe is the name of it. Hope I'm not wrong on that one, but the Piper Palm House has a pop-up in December, and they have a kid-friendly time.
What does that mean, kid-friendly time?
I believe
At a
it's
pop-up
more
bar?
in the afternoon,
Okay.
and they might it's just more daytime, right? So I
Okay.
think you're gonna get more of like a
Yeah.
family-friendly feel than you are like later at night, when the lights go down.
Yeah, right. Good thing it gets dark so early, though, that you can still see the
Right?
lights.
You can still see the
At
lights.
4:30 p.m.
Yes. Okay, what about holiday performances? You mentioned the Nutcracker.
We
St. Louis
love
Ballet.
Yes, we go to the St. Louis Ballet show. It's beautiful. They have it Thanksgiving weekend, and then they have it one other weekend in December. And it's really it's so lovely. And that's actually up at UMSL's campus.
Yes.
So
the
it's
Two Hill.
Yes, it's a little bit of a different spot. I know that sometimes there's a show at the Fox.
Yes.
And I know that there is at the Kirkwood Ballet does one as well that I think is maybe a little more casual as well. But another thing about the St. Louis Ballet one, so now my 7-year-old she takes ballet, and she is a very kind of sort of serious person. So she's a good ballet audience member.
Yes.
The first year we went to, they have the shorter tail that they offer. This is the St. Louis Ballet, and it is in December, and I believe it is usually on a Friday.
Okay.
And it's just a slightly condensed version of the program. Maybe they take out an intermission, so you're just there. I mean, it's still about an hour in length, but that's a good one if you are not sure if your child would be able to sit through a 2-hour-long performance.
Yes.
With an intermission.
Yep. We did that one last year, too, and that was just the right amount of time for my kiddos. So, maybe in another year or two, we could do the full length. But I love that they offer that.
Yeah.
For
a good
families.
intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know 314 Ballet does one also with like a World's Fair theme.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do they do that? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. But if you check St. Louis Mom's Holiday Guide, you can find all of those details in our holiday guide. Speaking of, make sure you check out our holiday guide. We've got light displays, we've got pop-up bars, day trips, holiday events, home tours.
Oh, I love home tours.
Yes, home tours. Have you ever done the Lafayette Square?
Yes.
Yes. That's stunning.
It is so beautiful.
Yeah. So stunning. Okay. So, Diana, before we wrap up, we got to talk about where do you get your tree?
So we now are a fake tree household, and my husband told me that if I never buy another real tree, I can have as many fake trees as I want, and that challenge has been accepted. But growing up and until fairly recently, we always did get a real tree, which I love to do, and we always go to the Kirkwood Farmers Market.
Okay. We were talking about this off air. We love to go to Ted Drew's. I love to get our tree there. They just have a great selection. People are always kind. Great service to get it on your car. And then in the past, we've gotten ice cream at Ted Drew's and then walked through Candy Cane Lane, which is another great residential lights display.
That's kind of like the perfect evening.
Yeah. Which, with kids, it's like short-lived and doesn't go
Right.
Like you think
you
it's
have it
gonna
in
go.
your mind in a certain way, and then, sometimes you black out some of the whining that happens during these precious memories.
Yes, but as you mentioned, it's cumulative, and what they're remembering, these are core memories for their childhood. All right, well, Diana, I think we're ready. I think we're ready for the holidays.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I've been ready.
Yes, I will do a quick plug for St. Louis Mom. Our annual Donuts with Santa event is coming up. It is going to be on Saturday, December 7th at the Smith event venue in Midtown. Be sure to get your tickets and join us for that. It is so much fun. Shopping with local vendors, photos with Santa. You'll get a great professional photo emailed right to you. And we're going to have cake pop decorating and all kinds of entertainment. So make sure you get your tickets. Join us. And we want to wish you a wonderful holiday season from all of us here at St. Louis Mom. All right. Thanks, Diana.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Moms of the Lou. We hope it encouraged you and put a pep in your step and helped you get to know our community a little bit better. Be sure to find us on Instagram, st.louis_mom. You can find us on Facebook, St. Louis Mom. You can find us on our website, www.stlouismom.com. In case nobody else tells you today, you're a great mom and you're doing a great job. Chat with you next time.